How are you feeling? Obviously, we're probably about 6 months in now since you joined the club. How have you found that first 6 months at Lincoln City?
Good, yeah. It's pretty similar to what I've often been thinking. I like being here. It's a good place, good people, and obviously results-wise we've been a bit up and down, but I guess that's a part of football, really. So obviously we're trying to make that right and win as many games as possible. But other than that, I'm happy to be here. It's been good, yeah, I think.
And do you think that helps when you're coming into a new environment, and you've obviously experienced it when you came to Stoke, and obviously when you moved to MK Dons, that you feel settled in a team and settled in a surroundings?
Yeah, of course, yeah. That's a massive, because obviously you don't really like being somewhere, like it's quite hard to perform to the best you can do if you don't like being there, I guess. But obviously if you're happy and to come in every day, then I guess it's like makes that part easier, doesn't it? So yeah, it's very important to get settled in, I would say. Yeah.
And obviously you played plenty of football this year. Do you feel like you're developing as a player under Michael?
Oh yeah, of course. Like I think sometimes I look back at like seeing my first game, so when I came in, and then like obviously, I think I've been like improved in terms of learning the game a lot more, and obviously the more you play, the better you get, kind of thing. So yeah, of course, like I think I've developed a lot as you're not even just a game sport in training as well. Like the things we do in training is quite like match realistic and that. So yeah, I do really think I've been developed since I've come here. So.
And you mentioned there about your early games and the difference you feel you've played. Do you take a look at what you've done in the past, and are you quite critical of yourself and your performances?
Yeah, I would say so. I'm probably the most critical of everybody about my own performances, I would say. Like I always look the games back. To be fair, like I think most clubs, well, we definitely do analyze all the games. We do that as a team the day after we come in. We always do that. But then I always sit at home as well and watch my games and watch my clips and see what I could do better and stuff like that. Yeah, I do that. Yeah.
And is that something you've always done throughout your career? Is that something you found helps you?
Yeah, no, yeah, it is. That's something like that's just the way. Like people are different. Some people don't like watching games because they just rather have the feeling they got straight after the game or whatever, and which is fine. But I just like to see what you can do better and all that stuff all the time. Yeah, see what you maybe did better than what you thought in the game and what you did worse and all that stuff. Yeah, that's what I do.
Now, there's quite a lot of change from last season's team, so I'm interested to know, what do you get up to on the team coach? What's the things you do to pass the time?
Well, what we do, we have a long one today, to be fair, but normally what we do is it's different places. But I'm in the card group, so my area we play cards. We play nomination, it's called. So we do that, which is quite fun. Some people play Uno. And some people just chill out and watch a movie or whatever. But that's probably what we get up to. A lot of cards is going on. So good time waste, I think.
Who's the best player at cards?
Who's the best player? It's definitely not Chris Maguire. He keeps losing. And to be fair, we're all quite bad, I would say. It just depends on the day, really. Just depends on the day. So yeah, that's what it is.
And is it nice to do something like that, and it builds, I guess, a bit of a bond with you all as well?
Yeah, no, it is. That's the main point of it. It's not really playing the game of who wins or who loses. It's just we sit there and good time waster. Like we talk more than we kind of play, you know what I mean? And then we just do it that way, which is the best way to do, I would say. It's good to like know each other like that and just chill out with each other.
And who do you usually room with on away trips?
To be fair, I have in the beginning I was with Sam Long. Then I changed to Archie Mayer. Obviously he's not here anymore. And last time I was with Max Melbourne. So it could be, I don't know, it could be anyone, to be fair, but I think one of the, well, not Archie's not here, but one of either Sam Long or Max, I would say.
Yeah, do you think they're trying to say something? The fact they keep moving you with different
players?
Yeah,
it's probably me. Whoever gets me, they're going to Ian the next day and say like, no, we don't want them. So that's probably what it
is. Wonderful, thank you, mate.
No.
Cheers, Lass. Cheers, Rob, as well. That's Finley Cannon next, then, please, mate.
Well, Lass, what would you like to add to your game and see coming into your game a bit more in the next few weeks and months?
What I like to that, there's loads of things. Like obviously the most obvious one is I would like to add a few more goals and assists. That's the obvious one. And then if you go a bit more down, sometimes I think without going too much into details on that, I think sometimes I probably can get on the ball a bit more, get myself into the game. But that's probably what I've been looking at sometimes, where it's sometimes get on the ball a bit more and stuff like that. But then again, there's other things, and sometimes every game is different. You know, I mean, some games it allows you to be on the ball a lot, and sometimes it doesn't. So it's not always down to that. It's also down to the game, I guess.
And where do you see yourself being the strongest, and in what area?
Well, midfield, and if it's a bit deeper, or it's a bit further. If it's deeper, or it's a bit further up, doesn't really matter. I would say it doesn't really matter. It's a different, the position of different things that you can do well in. You know what I mean? So if you're a bit deeper, you have the bit more defensive side and probably run the ball a little bit more than the higher up. But higher up gives you other things to do. So it's a bit more attacking than that. So I don't really mind. Depends.
And with a long journey down to Plymouth, the result is really going to depend on the mood on the way back and how quickly that journey takes.
Well, so what did you say? So the result depends on the
journey back will depend on the result.
Oh, yeah. No, it does. It's definitely not the one you want to lose, and in a bad way, because it's going to be a bit long on the way back, but hopefully not. That's not what we plan to do anyway, so let's just win, and then we all have